Hello, everyone in Germany and around the world listening to this. Hello, Tina and Iris. I hope you're doing very well over there and coping with this strange and extraordinary situation we've all found ourselves in here under lockdown. So, you had some questions to ask, and I'm going to do my best to see if I can answer them. If you don't mind me referring to the questions so I don't forget any. Yes, what is everyday like in times of the pandemic? Well, it's strange. I rather like it. I sort of live in a strange bubble. I get up. I have routines that I stick to even more rigidly than normal life. So I exercise in the mornings. I have a whole array of different exercise classes online, from yoga to qigong to very sort of aerobic sort of stuff. I've become slightly addicted to that. I cook and clean and cook seemingly all the time. I find that quite sort of ritualistic, right? Right, therapeutic in a way. And I started to do lots of online acting classes for people. And do you know what? I love it. It's amazing. I didn't think it would work till I tried. And it does work. You can do, obviously, you do theory work, no problem, but then you can actually do scenes and you can even do some kinds of exercises. It's fantastic. So I found myself getting very involved in online acting classes. And the great thing about that as well is that you can work with people all over the world. And so I've been very fortunate to do acting classes in India, in America, Egypt, all over Europe. And students that I have in all of those places actually are coming together and meeting each other online. You don't need a visa. Uh, you don't need anything like that. So you can actually introduce people literally from all over the world. And that's been very touching and very beautiful. I haven't done any filming now since I think early March. Everything's shut down. That's been a huge experience for I know everyone in our industry. I'm theoretically filming some stuff in sort of July, August, but it's still not absolutely certain if it's going to happen then. And a lot of people are saying they're going to put the shootings back to September. Hopefully, there won't be a resurgence of the virus, but we'll see. What's the mood like among my coaching colleagues? Well, do you know what? A lot of us are going online, particularly the Americans. We started very sort of nervous about it. Let's face it, we're artists, we're not technical people, and it's quite terrifying to sort of get your head around things like Zoom. But actually, it's not too bad. So I've got friends all over the world doing acting classes. Obviously, at the end of the day, we want to get back into a room where we can work and get hands on. And acting is a physical experience and it's an intimate experience. And naturally, we would rather that we were able to do that, but it's not as bad. And part of me likes being in my bubble. I'm sure a lot of the other coaches feel that way as well. Um, Agents and managements, I'm hearing the same thing from them. They're still taking people on because I've been talking to people about various clients I have. And in fact, one very dear agent friend of mine discovers that she doesn't need an office. She said, I have this big office in central London. I don't need it. I can have a virtual office, a Zoom office, and just have meetings in places like Soho House when I need to meet people. So I think we're going to see a massive change in the structure of our industry because I think we're being kind of catapulted into the future by the virus. Maybe that's a good thing. In that way, I think it's going to be very interesting to see if we manage to reinvent our world multidimensionally in a cleaner, kinder way. I hope so. Uh, yes, I know that actors are very nervous about the fact that shootings stopped, and a lot of directors who had major projects that they were very, heart projects that they've been developing for years that have been put on hold. And I think that's very, very difficult because, it takes, 5 to 8 years to get a film going and a TV series really going. And people spend so much of their life force creating these things. So I know that's extremely difficult for people to handle, but you know, it's it's the struggle of our generation. It's the crisis of our generation, and I think it will feed our creativity in the end. Are you afraid of existence yourself? No, no, I don't think I am. There are worse things than this around for that people have suffered all over the world, and I don't know. It's the stuff we're going to talk about in the future. It's fascinating. It's interesting. It's challenging. It's difficult. It's terrible for people who've lost people. But I don't think I'm afraid of this, of existence. I'm slightly nervous about leaving my bubble. I've got used to being. It's going to be weird to be around lots of people again afterwards. Because it's strange how. I find it very strange how, when our realities shift, it becomes our reality. And it's like, I almost can't imagine living in any other way. So it's always an effort to shift back into normal life again. We'll see. What kind of aid funds are there for filmmakers in London? Nothing. The government here are not really helping. They have helped with self-employed people a little bit. For certain groups of self-employed people are getting like 80% of their profit that they claimed the past 3 years, which for a lot of people isn't very much money at all. They've been helping regular workers in normal industries, but because we're all freelance over here, the assistance that's being given to people in Britain is limited, unfortunately. They've been hit hard by this. It's tricky. The British government are not so good. It's much better in Germany and Switzerland and places like that in terms of support for the industry. What particularly moved you despite the crisis? I think people beginning to realize what's really important in this life. I mean, we like the glamour and the glitter, don't we, in our profession? But actually, someone working in a hospital is so important, so valuable. And maybe they've been undervalued, and we have been maybe a little overvalued in terms of celebrity and all of that. And I think seeing people shift a little bit in that sense, and seeing the acts of kindness just with the neighbours, and perhaps a little bit of dilution of rampant consumerism and capitalism, and seeing blue skies a lot lately with less. And even in London, it's an extremely polluted city, and there's far less pollution. Seeing dolphins back in the canals of Venice on the news, all of that has been, I think, very, very, very moving. Still, I'm looking forward to getting back to work and getting back out there making stories, because what's more important than a story? And I'm very proud of our industry, because all the work that we've been doing has kept people going during this crisis, kept them entertained, kept them thinking. And I'm very proud of that. And I think we do bring the world together. We live in a strange, unstructured way normally, don't we? So in a way, we navigate these kinds of things, I hope, better than most. So I'm looking forward to getting back to work when all this is done, and let's just hope it's soon. And I'm sending you all lots of love from London. Take care. Bye-bye.